what Lou is saying. When I heard people on the village board say that that they were subsidizing the people in the town, that is absolutely not true.
No, we were subsidizing the village.
I'm sorry, they were subsidizing us. They were subsidizing us. And so that's really not true. So, for whatever that's worth. Any other comments on these rights?
Are you going to set a date for a meeting with the people from Hamiltonian Arcadia?
Yes. But Dennis, we need to set this meeting for I want to set it for the 14th of April. Without having the rates in hand, can we set that meeting since it's not a public hearing? It is a public hearing, but it's a rate review.
Information is more than public.
Well, I'd like to make a motion, then we set a rate review session with all the water districts and the 2 sewer districts for 7 o'clock on April 14th.
I'll second.
Could you do it after taxes?
Any discussion?
April 14th.
April 14th, 7 p.m. All in favor say aye. Aye. And what we'll do is we'll put a notice out to the people involved, and we'll also put that in the paper. And I would encourage everybody to be here from those water and sewer districts. Dan?
I just want to take a moment to, on behalf of Hamiltonian Park, to thank the board for the amount of work and effort they put into our community, and Kenny Newbold and Lou Capella for the last month in dealing with the village. I just want to thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll still stay with it. You know.
I was going to say, just so you and I are still wide open to discuss anything with the village, but you saw the letters you read, so unfortunately, but we're still willing to do it if they want to. Well, question, Mr. Woods.
Jerry?
Doug, thank you for taking my question. You know, Doug, it's very disheartening. I sit at these meetings, I sit at the planning board meetings, and what I just saw here tonight with Steve Esposito, I thought I was at a Baryshnikov ballet. Because they've been saying all along, as you astutely just said, they will build the plant. So what are they doing? They're both trying to kiss the same woman.
Yep.
And it ain't gonna happen. Or maybe the same guy, I don't know. But it's, there's gotta be faith when you deal with people. I have no faith in those two at all, not after I heard tonight. I wouldn't trust them from here to whatever. Now, my second question is this. You have said, and the rest of the members of this board have said, 2011, we are in big physical trouble. How are we going to build a major sewer plant? Where will these funds be coming from?
All these funds for that have to come from the 2 sewer districts. They don't come from tax revenues from the town. So it would have to come from these 2 sewer districts.
Hamiltonian Park and,
No, to build.
oh, the new ones.
I'm talking about the new plant you're talking about.
Yes, okay.
That's where the funds come from, and these new subdivisions to be built. You see what I'm talking about?
Right.
So we're talking about ADC, we're talking about Rigger, we're talking about Lone Oaks, we're talking about Heritage. They would actually build the plant. And one of the things we'd have to work through is, well, do we have to contribute a little bit or not? Don't know. But we would have a regional sewer plant that they would all tie in. But without those other subdivisions, Hamiltonian Park and Arcadia Hills can't manage on their own.
Right.
I just didn't want to inject, if you listen to it clearly, he said he would donate the land.
That's correct.
There is absolutely no intention on his part
Right.
to build a sewer plant, and that's just not the way.
exactly what I heard.
That's why it was very clear, he was very clear, because he wanted to go on the record. And normally how these things work is the developer builds the sewer plant, whether it be regional or whatever, and then when we accept it to our specifications, he dedicates it to us and we run it. We don't build a regional sewer plant because based on what you're saying, you have the taxpayers for the general town building sewer plants for a specific district. It's their district.
We know that.
They have to pay. I know you do. I'm just.
Yeah,
just
but
wanna
you don't know
reiterate,
that.
but He knows that.
Well, he knows that.
But believe me, they know.
However, I think there is an alternate solution that I had talked about, and we'll explore that a little more, I will anyway. I don't know if the rest of the
Well,
board wants.
we've got a lot more work to do
Yeah.
on this.
Oh, sure.
It's not,
Yeah.
it's kind of, you know, it's not without hope at this point in time. We really need to work again with our attorney for the town and with our, maybe an engineer or whatever it might be, and to proceed on with this. This is not the end of this story. Susan?
Yes, number one, I think I remember back when we had that presentation that night, I swear he said that they would build it and then dedicate it to the town. You gotta go back.
Well, no, that was correct. He did.
He did, right?
Because in those days, though, Mayor Weinberger said he did not want them to
Right.
be hooked into the village, and so they had no alternative but to build a regional sewer
Yeah,
plant.
while I was in office those 2 years, I distinctly remember, and I had copies of it. Now, he said he had a written commitment, I asked him out in the hall tonight. He said he had a written commitment from the mayor to hook up.
This mayor here?
Yeah, I mean, to the mayor.
The current mayor.
The current mayor,
That's,
right?
that's,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Okay, but there were 2 letters that were sent back in 2006 and 2007, and another one in 2008 from the Department of Health saying, due to the I&I problem in the village, there would be no further hookups, even in the village. So they're playing a little bit of a game here. I would bank on that.
Sure.
You know.
Well, we've got a
Jerry's
lot
right
more
about that.
discussion to do, and we'll get to the bottom and see what we can do.
And I told the developer too that he's gonna have to check it out, because the letters are there, they're on
Right.
file. They have, Val, the sewer came out in front of your street, right? I'm going to FOIL for those flow charts to
Okay.
see what they reached during the storm.
Thank you. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna close this.
Privilege of the floor yet?
No, we gotta close this one off so that we can get on to the remaining items.
Could I just let the board know that I'm out this week, but next week is my water sewer week because we need to button down final. So any one of you, call me if you have questions at all. Don't wait
Right.
like tonight because you can see the amount of paper. I don't have all the answers in the middle of my head, and I prefer to have all the answers in the middle of my head. So please stop by the office, give me a call so that we can all work together on these rates so that when we reach the 14, we feel pretty safe with what we're doing.
By the way, Jerry, this next item that we're gonna talk about is what we're talking about, to deal with this issue. Item number 8. Okay, Bill, have a safe trip to Albany. The next item is, we're gonna skip 7, and we're gonna go right to 8. Okay?
So we're not doing 7 at all?
We're gonna do it, we're gonna skip it. We're gonna go, this is 8, is review the application for stimulus funds to replace the Hamiltonian Park and Arcadia Hills sewer infrastructure, and a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign and forward this application. So, a little background is, back a few months ago, we had professional engineer Al Fusco put in $4.5 million for stimulus money that was coming from the federal government. We've been working with Congressman Hall's office to find out where we are on the list and what we need to be doing to get on this thing on the front burner. So Mr. Fusco put together an application and an engineering study for Hamiltonian Park and Arcadia Hills. Okay, and Susan Cleaver, who is working in the environmental end of this business, has volunteered her time to do all the preparation for the environmental background to support these applications as well. And so she's here tonight to talk about the whole composite of what she's got pulled together and what we need to do going forward to include the new dollar signs and all those other kinds of things. So Susan, there's your mic right there.
I don't have a lot of copies, so one's Arcadia and one is Hamiltonian Park.
Volunteer.
Yeah,
Get it
they're-
all done, you know?
Um,
As long as Doug has a copy. It's okay.
As long as I got one to sign.
yeah, so you guys just, you have to kind of share it. And Neil's got the paperwork with him of basically what they do is they score you and it tells you what you get scored for. So that's kind of what we're aiming for. So some of these, some of the, in the application here, I don't know if Well, we just go through them, it's late.
Well, I think if we could just hit the numbers, no, here's what I like to do.
Okay, the numbers are
So that
different.
type of stories there.
The numbers are different than, the ones that, Mr.
Right.
Fusco put in. Also because I've talked to some people and I found out things that you might need, so you